Hello and welcome. Today we are discussing language and style of newspaper and magazines. Let us start. Students, your main task as a journalist is to help people understand what is happening around them in their village, in their country, and in the world. Most of readers or listeners will not have your knowledge of language, so you must simplify it for them. You should able to examine the most complicated issues and events, then translate them into language which your audience can understand. If you fail in this, people will stop buying your newspaper or turning into your radio or television station. You will be failing in your job. Before writing a news article or a news story, you should keep in mind various issues about language and styles. Let us start one by one. First is short, sharp, and clear sentence. Whether you write for newspaper, broadcasting, or internet, you should always aim for word and sentence which provide maximum amount of understanding with minimum risk of confusion. Your writing should provide maximum understanding. This generally means keep words and sentences short and simple. You can use long words, but you must be sure that they are doing their job properly. Remember one thing, there is no room in your sentence for fat and lazy words. If words do not add to understanding, throw them overboard. Sentence length. There is no single rule about length of the sentence in news writing, but you should set yourself a target for maximum number of words you use. It is generally suggested that never use more than 20 words in any sentence, except in special circumstances. So keep sentence length short. Lively language. Your language should be live. Word you use will help to make your story easy to understand. Every word must be accurately describe what happened. It is better to choose correct word than to add unnecessary adjective and adverb. Make your language live using new words. You must be very careful about introducing new words which your reader or listener not understand. This is especially important if the word is in their second language. Stay with familiar words, use familiar words. However, if you can avoid using new word, you must follow immediately with explanation. If we use new word, give explanation or explain these new words to our reader. Sentence structure. It is not enough to write short sentence using simple words. You also have to construct your sentence in such a way that idea are easy to understanding. Construct simple sentences. Objectivity. Your language must not only be easily understand, it also must be fair. You should not use words which give biased view of a person or an event or a situation. Quotes. Try to use maximum quotes whenever necessary. You are on safer ground when you use words in quotes. What way the reader can judge the bias through the eyes of the person you quote. Don't pass the judgment. Give words in quotes and let your reader or listener judge for themselves. An added advantage of using quotes is that you can use much livelier language. Spelling. Languages are in a constant state of change. English, as the world's most widely used language, changes faster than most. Spelling is an area in which change is most noticeable. There are two standards of spelling: Commonwealth English and American English. Which spelling you choose will depend upon usage in your country. Avoid jargons, unnecessary words, and cliches. Jargon is a specialized language concerned with a particular subject, culture, profession, or particular area. It is not usually found in everyday speech of your ordinary reader. So avoid jargon. People frequently put extra words or phrases which do not add to understanding. As a generalist, you should judge which word help your reader or listener and which only make sentence longer. So avoid unnecessary words and cliches in your writing. Check all your work to make sure that everything you write obeys the rule of grammar and punctuations. Grammar is very important element of writing. You should obey all rules by which word fit into structure or make a good sentence structure. When translating, translate meaning of sentence, not individual word. If you are a journalist or working in a multilingual society, you may have to work in more than one language. Whether you gather the information in one language and write story in another, or whether you write a story first in one language, then rewrite in other language, you face task of translation. However, if you have a good command of both languages, Follow a simple rule. Translation should not be difficult. First thing to remember is that translation is transfer of meaning from one language to other language. It is not word to word translation. Different languages also have different grammar, different word order, sometimes even words for which other language don't have any equivalents. Always keep your reader or listener in mind whatever you write. Before writing, keep in mind who is your reader or who is your listener. What is their understanding level, their interest, their language, their culture. So before writing, always keep in mind your reader for which you are going to write. So this is in short about language and style of newspaper and magazines. If you have any query, write in comment box. Till further video, goodbye.